quick transition team, so I think that's a big part of it. I think being able to stay out of the penalty, but having penalty discipline, play an intense style of game, but make sure that you're not, giving them easy opportunities on the power play to get on the power play, because it's a deadly group there. So, you recognize what their strengths are, but for us, as I always talk about, I think it's about the game that we're trying to play that gives us the best chance to win, and we got to be, continue to be consistent in that. And in a game like tonight against this team, I think that the consistency, shift to shift, period to period, is real important.
With rookies, there's sometimes a lot of peaks and valleys. Watching Marco Rossi this year for your hockey club, he's been pretty damn consistent. What do you attest that to?
I think Marco's a mature kid. He's a young player, but he's very coachable. And I think if and when he's had some dips, we've tried to make sure that we give some guys individual attention. So if we see certain things in their game that's starting to slide a little bit, it's just sitting down with them and showing some clips of things that can be tightened up a little bit. And because he's a coachable, receptive kid, he takes that to heart, and then he usually rectifies it pretty quick.
Will you for sure split the back-to-back with the goalies?
Yes.
So tonight will be
Gustafson.
and for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know where you are with Foligno and even Maroon? Is he on schedule?
It's a great question on Foligno. The reason I don't have it was he wasn't around the last couple of days. And, they just had their baby, so he's kind of dealing with that right now. So I'm assuming when we get back, I'll have further updates for you guys on both of those guys.
I know this road trip started off with a loss for you guys, but in the month of February, you guys have really kind of found your game. What are some of the aspects of your game that you like that are firing for your club right now?
Well, I think we're playing fast. I think when we don't have the puck, there's structure, but probably more importantly, I think we work to get the puck back. We have strong structure, but there's speed to our game and the checking game, which is important. And then I think we've done a good job of executing out of our own end. But then when we get, our decision-making at the offensive blue line and our puck decisions have been strong. When there's ice to play on, I think we've been able to be an attacking team off the rush. But we're not forcing things, and we've been able to set up, if that's not there, set up our ability to play in the offensive zone. And then I think our intensity level and working as a five-man unit there has been strong.
Can you talk about the improved play on the offensive zone? Because it looks like you guys have a lot more possession right now in your games.
Yeah, it's like I said, I think it's really setting your game up when you enter the offensive zone is where certain pucks are. Are you putting pucks to speed? And then it comes to an intensity level in the offensive zone to be able to win puck battles. When you lose the puck, there's a second effort to get it back. You're above pucks. And then, the other part of it is, I think, is being strong on the puck, whether you're down low or puck comes high to your D-men. If we don't have lanes, are we putting the puck back into an area that we can recover that puck? And it's a blend of playing hard but also playing smart.
You mentioned about a week ago trying to get more out of Freddie's line. I know that line's been broken up a little bit here. Have you seen more from Freddie with the skating and stuff like that, and him and Ryan too?
Yeah, I think I think both guys have are doing what we're asking them to do, and that's and even for them individually to play at a pace and a competitive level that gives you a chance to impact the game in a positive way. And I think both players are working towards that and are doing a pretty good job.
How do you feel Chisholm got with Brody in there, and that those matchups he gets are pretty tough ones? How do you feel that Declan did there?
I thought he did a good job. One of the things that was impressive with him was, for a young guy to go back to the team that he just got, we claimed him obviously off of waivers into their building, and he took a couple of hard hits early. It's obviously an emotional game for him to be able to come back to, but I really liked how he was able to gather himself and get through that part of early in the game, and then I thought his response after that was good. So that's encouraging for a young guy to maybe hit a little bit of adversity or some emotion early in a game, but he's able to find himself and gather himself and get to the game that gives him the best chance to be a solid player for us.
A little bit of a curveball here. I think it's 258, game number for Kirill Kaprizov, of course, 97 versus 97 tonight. When you look at his numbers in his career, he's only about 20 points off of McDavid's marks at the same time in his career. Do you feel like Kirill Kaprizov is underrated in this league?
I do. Having coached against him, you certainly respect probably like most elite players in the league. You're always aware of them. You're pre-scouting. You see them play several times a year and coach against them, and you always are aware of them. But for me, with coming in to see Kirill every day, just game in and game out, how he practices, his love for the game, his talent level. But the thing that stands out to me, and even with Connor, is that they're highly talented players, but the drive to be, to be difference makers in the game, and I think their competitive level sets them apart. And I think the future is as good as Kirill has been. I think there's more there, and I think he's going to continue to come into his own as an elite player in the league.
What do you make of him being at 20 goals? Because he's a guy you look at him play every night, and you're like, well, he's doing what he needs to do. Why do you think he's just scoring less than he has been?
I think sometimes, certain seasons, sometimes pucks go in the net easily, and sometimes they don't. At least in my time with him, I mean, he drives play. He gets lots of scoring chances. I think a player like him sometimes, one year they might go in all the time, but the other years it doesn't go in as easy. Obviously I think injury has hurt him a little bit. I think when top players miss some time, that does affect some of their statistics. But what's been impressive to me with him is his game. Like his game really hasn't changed. And even with him, I think with top guys, can we also help him? Are there more areas where he can create? Can he get a little bit more things off the rush? Can he put himself in some better situations to be able to score more? And that's, I think, trying to help him be a great player for our team, but also be a great player in the league and be able to drive a team. So, as I said, I think that he's going to continue to grow and improve.